Welcome back to Castle Grounds Apiary. Today it is February and we will be recapping the January 2022 beekeeping YouTuber data analytics. And what we have seen, or what we'll notice this month, is that there was a little bit of a hive life ripple effect, and I'll tell you about that when I get into the data. All right, everybody, so we have a surprisingly good January, and I say surprisingly because if you'll remember, we did data analytics starting all the way back in December of 2020. So what I can tell you is that January of 2021, we had 4.3 million total views in the period, and January of this year, just last month, we are, where are we at here? 6.3 million views. So almost up 2 million views just in January, from one January to the next. Now, admittedly, we do have more total contributors to this number. I kind of made a video a few weeks ago showing how we went from, or how we finally hit 100 YouTube beekeepers with channels. And since then, just in the last few weeks, I've added like another 30. It's gotten crazy. These channels, they haven't just been created, but I didn't have access to them, or at least I didn't see them. They weren't on my radar until the last couple weeks. And I think it has a lot to do with just the beekeeping network getting a little stronger than it was before. Last year, the big four really kind of led the charge. And now that a lot more of these smaller channels are being surfaced by YouTube, so maybe YouTube is recognizing it as a broader community than what it once was. I'm not going to try to interpret the algorithm, but that's at least what I'm seeing. Now, even though we have 2 million more, most of the channels we added were small. They're a very small percentage of that 2 million view bump from January 2021 to this January. But one thing that we do see, the major outlier is right here. In January alone, Yappy had 1.9 million views. Just incredible. And if it hadn't been for that, it actually would have been a worse month, because of the big four, we got Frederick. He barely broke 250,000 for January. 628, the Dirty Rooster, he had 222,000. Sorry, Fred had 250,000. 628, 222. Barnyard, less than 200, and JP, who's usually kind of coasting, only 350,000. So we actually had a worse month for most people, and Yappy's really carrying the weight. So we see the numbers of those guys. Let's dive into some others, because really what we're seeing is there are more channels that the high number of views was really carried by the main four last year, and now it's really starting to kind of spread out amongst others. Like Ian had almost 1 million views, so Ian was up big time. Bob Benny, 200,000. Our buddy Lawrence at Black Mountain Honey had 165,000. That's a great number. Flow Hive had 242. They're a new addition. When I started making this list the first time, I was really focusing on beekeepers, not just beekeeping channels. And I figured, while we're collecting the data, we might as well grab it all. So that's another 200,000. Let's see who else is putting in some numbers here. David Burns, over 200,000. He's always doing pretty well. The Honeystead, old Kaylee, she had almost 100,000, so that's pretty solid. Let's see what else we got. Bohemia Bees, almost 100,000. I think that's the best month he's ever had. Good job, Bohemia. And most of the people down below this point are smaller channels. not nothing to be ashamed of. They just haven't been around as long. So yeah, overall pretty good. So now let me talk about the hive life ripple effect. There's very clear correlation between the attendance at the Hive Life conference and the percentage growth on period in January alone. Now, it seems probably logical that you meet more people, you get more subscribers, but it's significantly more. And it's really the guys that had kind of really started to communicate with each other, the people you saw on the live streams on YouTube, and a lot of people were shouted out by Fred and Randy and Greg Burns. A lot of these guys are kind of giving kudos and kind of just name dropping, and you can tell it's made a big difference. Hell, this channel alone, even though we didn't get a whole lot of exposure from the Hive Life conference, we had a 12% sub growth increase, whereas last month we were at like 8 or 9, or it was even lower than that. So that's great. Now let's look at these other guys. So the winners for the subscriber growth on period, the sideline beekeeper, Craig Branch, he was up 55.5%. And that actually, it's even more than that because I didn't get him added until after the Hive Life conference, which was the first week of January. So I missed the full first week of data. He actually grew by even more than this. So good job, Craig. Look who else is up by 52%. Bearded Bee Works, he was at the conference as well. He was networking, meeting people, shaking hands, kissing babies, that kind of thing. Backward Beekeeper, he was at 20%, and he was at the Hive Life conference. Who else we got here? I don't have my mouse, so I'm having to use my arrow pad. Bohemia Bees up 23.95%, Hive Life conference. Hillbilly Beekeeping, he's up 100%. I don't know if he was at the Hive Life conference or not, but he's a new channel, so obviously he went up by 100% just because he started with 0. Brewster's Fine Bees up 38.46%. I don't know if Brewster's Fine Bees was there or not. I apologize. I'm doing the best I can to keep track of who's who. Sweet Stingers up 10%. I think Sweet Stingers had the highest percentage growth for somebody who wasn't at the Hive Life conference. So good job, Sweet Stingers. Oh, I misspoke. Bushveld Bees up 14%. And here we got another 20%. So what's funny, check this out. And I can kind of relate to this. So up 20.69% was the Bearded Beekeeper. When I tried to find and add the Bearded Bee Works to this spreadsheet, I actually found the Bearded Beekeeper first, and I would hazard a guess to say that others did the same thing and added the Bearded Beekeeper. So not only did the Hive Life conference bolster Bearded Bee Works sub growth, it actually gave somebody who wasn't even there, somebody that just had a beard, their channel grew at a very significant rate. So good job, beards, I guess. Highland Honey up 20%. So overall, really good growth. You know what? Actually, that's not fair. Frederick was at the conference. And what kind of growth did Fred get? Fred got less than 1% growth. Now keep in mind, he still got 1,000 subscribers in January, which after the course of 14 months, we've still not been able to do. So it's not like, you got to remember percentage growth, the smaller you are, the easier it is to get that higher percentage. So he's got 113,000 subscribers. Really, really nice job. That is impressive for sure. JP the Bee Man had 0% growth. He actually didn't have 0, but at those high levels, YouTube only displays it in 1,000 increments. So he showed 0%. He is still getting close to 200,000. Barnyard Bees also had 0%. Let's see, Texas Bee Works, She had 1.8. It was a rough month for Texas Beeworks. I guess she should have been at the conference. Dirt Rooster, 0%. That really surprises me. But man, that just goes to show. It makes me wonder if the algorithm isn't playing a role here, because think about it, their views are down, their subs are down, and all these other channels are starting to kind of make their way to the surface, which I think is great. I mean, it kind of diversifies the content creators and their respective audience. So not a terrible thing. But overall, let's see who had the most subs on the period. I'm guessing it's going to be Yappy with 5,600. Yeah, definitely Yappy. Yappy's crushing it. He hit 100,000 subs. Good job, Yappy. You're going to get that play button that everybody always wants. Very cool. Let's see. Flowhive broke over the 200,000 subscriber mark. They're the second people to do that. Excuse me, in this bee space. Who else is getting close? Vino Farms bumped up to 99,000 subs. Oh, Vino. Notice he just posted a new video a couple days ago. That'll be in the February content, but he's letting the haters know the beehive he invented is very moldy. I would be a little concerned about that. What else we got here? Honeystead, she's almost, I need to bring that up. Honeystead is almost to 50,000. She's at 48,400. So good job to her. You guys want to take a wild guess at who posted the most videos this period? If you've been watching, I think you know. With the most in the period, I think I'm 99% sure. I haven't even checked this data yet. Yeah. It's the one and only, drum roll, can somebody give me a drum roll for crying out loud? Black Mountain Honey. Lawrence, I don't know how he has the time. It's just impressive. Good job, Lawrence. And your production value is good. It's like you don't just put out crap, you actually put out good, meaningful, well-executed content. 10 times more than anybody else. And as a result, 165,000 views in January, and you gained 1,000 subscribers in January alone. I'm going to go ahead and let everybody know I had been talking to Lawrence and a comment on his 10,000 subscriber milestone, and I made a projection based on these numbers when he would hit 20,000. And, you know, I did a little loose math, some guesstimating, and at this 9.91% growth rate and a generally speaking slow month without Yappy, if we keep that up going into spring, Lawrence, I think I'm going to hit my goal. I think you're going to be there by about August or September. Looking forward to that. If I'm right, I win a prize. A prize I'm buying myself. Okay, so what do take-home points? The guys, look, Craig Branch, I think he's got a beard too. Let's double check. Oh my God, hotel internet is the worst. Yep, beard. Oh yeah, I think that's what it is. Fred, if you had a beard, you'd be unstoppable. And then, oh, dang it. Sorry, Jeff. I meant to shout you out at the beginning of this video. But check out Lawson's Creek Apiary. This is my buddy from Central Oklahoma. And his first month, he had over 2,000 views, 63 subs, and how many videos? 7 videos posted. That's pretty impressive. I don't know. The algorithm just likes him, or you guys like him. Either way is fine. It's just cool to see that he's getting a little more love than I got when I started this channel. So everybody, if you're not following Lawson's Creek, go ahead and give him a follow. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you've already found him. If there's anybody else you want me to talk about, Duck River. Where's Duck River? Duck River had a slow month. 26,000 views, 330 subs gained. Yeah, I'm surprised. Let's see, where's Bruce? Haven't checked out Bruce. I need to check out the stream team. That's my bad, guys. Bruce had 70,000 views. He's over 2 million total views on his channel. 400 subs in January at a 2.8% growth. Good job, Bruce. Let's find Nature's Image. Or here's Castle Hives. We'll jump onto Castle Hives real quick. So Brian's got 8,800 views in January, 220 subs gained at 9.5%. A very respectable growth. Oh, I skipped Greg right here. All right, Greg. 10,000 views, 10.7. 310 subs added at 8.24%. So that 8-9% growth, guys, that's a killer percentage. And I know that probably doesn't sound like a lot, but 10% compounds incredibly quickly. And that's without the kind of the exponential growth curve that comes along with algorithm favoritism. So guys, keep it up. I didn't even mention Cayman. Cayman, I'm sorry. When I see you, you're just gonna give me quite the cussing. 119,000 views in period, 700 subs added, 1.65% growth. The big dogs are not getting the love this month. And I guess that's just the way it is. But Yappy, Yappy, he just doesn't know when to quit. That viral video from last year is still just killing it. So good job, Yappy. I think I hit all the staples. Who else we got? Oh, I need to talk about Swarmstead. Where's Swarmstead? Swarmstead's the drone brood eater. He's a wild man. God, this list is getting so long. Swarmstead, here 4,600 views in period, 44 subs gained at 6.11% growth. So good job, buddy. We expect to see you at the Hive Life conference next year. If you do, you're probably going to get 20% growth. It's just the way it is. And then check out this list. I mean, these are all new people I added. It's my fault for not having them sooner. But man, it's just really hard. I challenge you to go on YouTube and try to find 120 YouTube beekeeping channels. It is surprisingly difficult because YouTube suppresses the underdog, the little guy. And so you have to really search for these. And I've got even more on February already. I added significantly more. So I think I'm getting close. And these are just the ones that are in English. I know that there's others in other languages. I can't imagine how I'm going to capture all those. But anyway, this is longer than I intended it to be. I do want to say good job, Jeff at Lawson's Creek. Thanks, Greg and Nature's Image, for kind of helping connect the community, as well with Beast and Brian at Castle Hives. Thanks, Cayman and Laurel, for the Hive Life conference. It has obviously kind of transcended just what we learned in the conference. It's definitely permeated into the YouTube culture and group and community, and into my spreadsheet and to the data. So good job, everybody. That's all I got. Thanks for watching.